Hello, good morning. It's John Neal here. It's Thursday, the 11th of August 2022. Big lorry go away. And today, a number of things. I'm in Coventry. I'm going to get my hair cut. And I'm going to fly my drone. And this afternoon, I'm going to play some music. So it's a busy day. And it's going to be hot again. The drought continues. I'm just looking at this artwork on the end of the building here at Coundon Park car park, and it's some women playing football. And following the great success of the women in the Euros when they won, good thing too. And the Commonwealth Games has just finished, which brought a lot of attention to this part of the world. I think all the rugby games were played here in Coventry, and most of the rest took place in Birmingham, of course. And here we are at Coundon Park. So you can't see much from down here. You've got to go up in the air, haven't you? I'll just flick around and see this other side of this building, and look at the artwork on here. Very nice. That's down here. It says mural by Katie O'Hart. Katie O'Hart. It's got Isabel Mason. It's got a lot of things on. Maybe it's a memorial. There's a lot of open ground here, and much of it is pitches, football pitches and so on, which are used in the winter season and in the summer. Just nice for everybody to come along and walk the dog, or walk or fly your drone. However, this is a poignant moment because it was here just under 2 years ago that I crashed my first drone. It went into a tree. One lives and one learns from your mistakes. My mistake was to put it into sports mode and fly quickly between one place or another. I wasn't really looking closely to where it was going, and I thought I was bringing it one way or the other. Anyway, flew into a tree. And I must remember that the Mavic Mini 3, which I've got here now, has got avoidance sensors on it. Oh, let's change arms. But they don't work if you're in sports mode. So I don't want to go in sports mode anyway, but I'm going to fly my drone before I'm going to get my hair cut. Yes, this is where my first drone came to grief, or just under 2 years ago. Well, I've only crashed twice in 24 months. And the fellow from DJI said that was pretty good. So I'm going to get the drone out and have another fly before I go and get my hair cut. Oops. And I was going to say, I've got a lot of friends from when I was sign writing, and Mark, the barber, where I'm going to, he owned a sandwich shop actually in Holbrooks in Coventry. And I've known him from those times. So I've known him about 10, 15 years actually. Lovely fella. And I go back, and I've got my pens in the car, and I might do some sign writing for him on his window, and then he cuts my hair. It's a sort of a win-win. So we'll see. But I've got some money, unless he wants paying, which I ought to pay him because I hardly ever do. Right, let's get the drone out and have a quick fly. I've come out. It's actually only just turned, if it's 9 o'clock yet in the morning, because it's nice and cool. Thing about being English, you have to get out when the sun's out. I've got this embedded in my brain. If the sun's out, you've got to get out. So we've had a heat wave for about the last 6 or 7 weeks. Consequently, I'm as busy as heck because I'm always going out doing stuff. Crazy. One or two things to do before we set off. One, check we're on the right speed, which is N, normal, not cinematic at the moment. and then have a look around, as I said before, to see if there's any cables. There are none whatsoever around here. It's a beautiful spot. If this is the home point, I'm underneath a tree, so I don't want to come down on here, so I'll be careful if that is utilized in some way. Otherwise, I need sort of a flight plan. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be very gentle, very unadventurous. I'm just going to go right up, maybe scoot over the top of these trees. It always looks nice in one long straight line. And I've got to avoid any dogs. There's one or two dog walkers around. There's a fellow over there, but they're a long way away. Another one over there, probably 300 yards away. So that's not a problem. So here we go. Let's get going. Get away from this tree. Right, that's got him up, and the home point has been updated to just over there, which is better because I don't want it to come down, thinking it can go through this tree. Right, let's get flying. So this is the view from my drone, and that's the camera I'm using, my iPhone 13. Absolutely brilliant, really. So if we have a look at the scene from up here, not sure what those circles are, I must find out, but that's looking back towards Coventry on the left, look, the city centre. Then as we move around, see how brown everywhere is? That's garden centre there, and at the back some industrial buildings where the Jaguar works were, and that's Brown's Lane below us. Now we're looking more to the west and towards Tamworth, and here is some new buildings there, and there's the Royal Court Hotel, and there's the car park where my car is, and over the back there is where the old Coventry Colliery was, and it's now an industrial estate. And this is looking back towards North Coventry, and that is Cardinal Newman Secondary School. Making our way back round, that's Coventry City over there, and those taller buildings, the city centre. Now you might say I'm tempting fate by flying so close to the very trees that took my first drone, but in fact I'm not looking at the screen as you are now, I'm watching the drone myself, and I can see clearly that it is not in any danger. Hello. Please indulge me while I just play about with some of the functions on the drone as I gain my confidence back. Somebody asked about my foot. It was hurting a lot for about 4 or 5 weeks, and it's absolutely fine now, so thank you for asking. Just skimmed my thumbnail, just. Fortunately no more, but as of late I've always taken off and landed into my hand, and it's worked well. Let's go get me a haircut. Wow, lovely, everything's safe and sound. It's a bit like driving away the ghosts of places that haunt me, and this was one. It's a lovely spot though, and it's a lovely morning, and coming out this time of day it's quite cool. So I'm going to make my way back. Oh, this is still quite damp. Look, this was obviously a pond, but not anymore. I'm just going to make my way through this wood to the other side where the car park is. Hello. Who are you? I just had a conversation with the dog owner. The dog came over to me, and actually it wasn't even his dog, but he said, "Why are you filming the dog?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing a YouTube channel and just doing some local footage for people, sometimes abroad." He seemed to be won over then, but you have to be ready with a very polite reason. I won't say argument, a polite reason as to say you're doing what you're doing. In fact, if I ever interview anybody, I always precede it by getting on camera, them saying that they are willing for me to use it on YouTube after I've explained what I'm doing. I mean, there's nothing threatening about it, but I do see it as a threat. It's true. Same with the drone. A lot of people just don't like the drone, thinking that, you know, we're spying on people. So you have to take that as a starting point and get ready with a few polite reasons as to why you're doing what you're doing. What's the haircut done? Proof, if proof needed. Ta-da! Oh, two things. It's cooler, and secondly, my hat fits now. Right, moving on. Hold on, I forgot to sign off. Thank you very much for watching. And here's Mark feverishly working away, trying to cope with my haircut. And very good job he's doing too. So, signing off until the next time.